Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Sigval here and welcome back to another video. By the way, first thing I want to say, somebody might ask in the comments, because this happens every time I upload a video on a new story being released. Sigval, how did you get to play 6 fights? I only get 3 every 12 hours. Well, I have 2 accounts, I know, absolutely mind-blowing. But yeah, back to the video. Dawn of Apokolips is back and I'm actually not really excited about it. Like, look, overall, over the time, I've been the biggest defender of the soul rate. Because I thought it was good. And it is still good, but it has a huge problem. The artifact bonuses don't split to the teammates. This is the way it was released. On release, nobody cared about that. This is how soul rates go. Then Rise of Krypton, that happened there, where the artifact bonuses split. Then every single soul rate after that, they made it so that the artifact bonuses split. Then we get on Ice soul rates, where the artifact bonuses don't split to the entire team, and they get a huge backlash and nobody buys the artifacts. So they return on Ice soul rates to the state of artifacts splitting the bonuses to the entire team. Now, all those things considered, I want to ask a question: why the hell don't we get an artifact bonus split in Dawn of Apokolips already? Like, this is the thing that ruins this soul rate for me, because it's not harder because it has harder fights. I mean, it has hard fights, that contributes as well, and I don't mind it being hard in that way, but it's tedious because most of my teams, by the way, this fight went like garbage. I didn't get to talk about it too much, but I didn't get to use Nora Snow Globe at full potential. So yeah, for example, here the League Market team, I'm gonna have more or less the same gameplay. I mean, I need to be mindful of the hazards on the ground. I'm gonna get a bit power drained. Not really the most smooth experience overall, but still very playable fights. It's gonna go after some point where we stun lock him, as every single fight I do in every single other soul rates. But there's 2 differences. I can't use my Dark Mel cards, because if I use my Dark Mel cards, Harley won't get absolutely any passive stats from anywhere, and I'm forced to use the Fodder Box. And even though I'm forced to use the Fodder Box and it's supposed to give me very high stats for the soul rates, overall I deal less than half the damage I was doing in other soul rates. Keep in mind, I have a level 10 Fodder Box. It literally doesn't get better for Harley than this. And in other soul rates where I have, let's say, a level 5 and level 3 soul rate artifact to boost me up, I deal 2 to 3 times the damage I deal here. It's not making it harder for me. Like, I'm playing it the same way, it's just making it far more tedious, and it's kind of removing the progress I have made in terms of acquiring again the upgrading other artifacts. That's gonna be a huge problem on the secondary account, because here we're gonna be fine. We have Beta Club, we have some stuff at our disposal, but on the secondary account, the Dark Mail cards was like the thing that I'm using for every single sword except for this one. I'm using Dark Mail card built on every single character that I have with 500% crit damage. Dawn of Apokolips just doesn't care about that. I'm forced into using my Fodder Box every single damn time on the damage dealer. And on the main account, by the way, currently I have a level 10 Fodder Box, right? I have absolutely no reason at this point to even play Dawn of Apokolips. What am I getting? I don't even get a chance to get legendary Dark Side shards at the end of it, because there's no featured legendary here for some reason. I don't really get any use out of the further Fodder Boxes. Like, I got an Entropy at level 1, I can eventually upgrade that to a higher level, but what's that gonna do? I haven't played Arena in a while and I'm yet not using that in soul rates. So yeah, Dawn of Apokolips, I don't think it's a bad concept of a soul rate. Like, in how it was made, maybe a little bit too hard, but it's definitely, as far as the fights go, one of my favorite soul rates out of them all. But why won't my artifacts play the bonuses? And why is it this way with this soul rate only, and it's the other way around with every single other soul rates? And what frustrates me the most is that I don't think they would mind putting the passive stats to split for every single character from artifacts in this soul rate. I think they might even sell more artifacts if they do it like this. But my assumption that makes me even more pissed off at the situation is that they simply don't care or forgot about it. Dawn of Apokolips, who cares, just put it in the cycling. Also, interesting facts, so we got Dawn of Apokolips for 1 week. Now, the only time when, by the way, that's bad to get them from 1 week. When we got last time a story for 1 week, it was Rise of Krypton, and we literally had people who were unable to finish the last boss in the 1 week time frame, and they had to pretty much not progress at all, basically. Also, in this fight, I overestimated the tankiness of my Raven, and it's gonna be a little bit rough at the start because she's got no gears. We're on the secondary account now, but she's got maxed out defense. So in previous soul rates, she was not maxed out defense. What am I talking about? She's got like some defense, like 40% defense. In our soul rates, she was able to tank a few hits because she was getting some passive health from the artifacts here. She's gonna be a wet noodle, so we need to be mindful of that one. But yeah, what were we talking about before actually? Yeah, last time when there was 1 week soul rate, it was Rise of Krypton and people got mad, and me included, because 1 week might not be enough time for some people to finish some bosses. Just keep it at 2 weeks. But the important part about this is that last time, being the only time we got one soul rate that lasted only for 1 week, was when we got afterwards a new soul rate. Because let's say they had a certain schedule, they didn't schedule it correctly to reduce a new soul rate, and they didn't want to wait the full 2 weeks, which is the normal cycle of a soul rate, and they decided to put a 1 week soul rate and then the new soul rate plus character plus whatever. So yeah, I know all of you are waiting for Zatanna at this point, me included. She's most likely gonna have a soul rate, and most likely, though I might be wrong about this one, it's just a wild prediction, just don't even listen to me, but it might be that we are going to get the next soul rate and Zatanna after Dawn of Apokolips is over. By the way, on the main account, I'm like in Heroic 7. I need to kill Dark Supergirl, kill Lord Joker, and then kill Darkseid, and we're done. Heroic 7, Dawn of Apokolips. Here we're in Heroic 5 against Boss Harley. I need to kill her. We killed EPI, and after that it's gonna be lots of fun because we're gonna have my boy Boss Joker. I did not miss that, dudes. I mean, honestly, it's not the worst fight in the game. I'd rather fight him than Black Lightning. Because with Boss Joker, this is one of the reasons why I like Dawn of Apokolips so much. None of the bosses really feel like they are difficult in an unfair way. They're difficult in a learning curve way. You're going to play more against them, you're going to play the game more, you're going to get better at the game, and you're going to get better at fighting those bosses. First time I fought Boss Joker in tier 4 of normal difficulty, it took me about 20 to 30 tries to beat him. Like, I was playing like absolute trash, and nowadays he's gonna be down from the secondary account even where we barely got anything at our disposal in like 6 tries or something like that, or 10 tries, and he's increasing in health. But yeah, here we have the Batman Ninja team. Like, the Batman Ninja team is one of the things that pisses me off the most on the secondary accounts. We're going to have over here level 8 Firebox on the secondary account. On the main account we have level 10, here's level 8. And this is a level 8 artifact, the highest passive stat artifact for the soul rate that I have to put on my damage dealer. Compare that to on ice soul rates where I had 2 level 3 Nora Snow Globes that I equipped on my other 2 characters and had the level 4 Dark Metal cards on my main character. And here I have a level 8 artifact, which requires far more resources and far more investment than 2 globes. I'm gonna deal exactly half the damage, or even less than half the damage that I was usually doing in the on ice soul rates with Dark Metal cards on Catwoman. Why? My gameplay is literally the same. You're simply restricting the resources that I have grinded for from previous soul rates. Like, the advantage here is that you can put whatever artifact on your combo builder because you don't care about passive stats, so you can go like Silver Banshee with Reverse Slash and have God Killer on Reverse Slash or Dark Metal cards. But yeah, I guess if you're using a combo builder, you're going to be anyway locked in a situation where you use the Dark Metal cards on him by default to guarantee crits for the damage there, so it's kind of pointless. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about Dawn of Apokolips. I used to love the story, but boy, it's getting absurd at this point. Thanks so much for watching, like the video if you liked it, dislike the video if you disliked it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye!